Right, here are the details for drawing your bed mould that go with the section that we've already talked about. Alright, if you're lucky enough to have a big enough piece of paper, if you drew your section round the other way so that this was at the front, you can actually take your lines through, follow your lines through off of that, but it's probably too late to tell you about that, so I'm sorry about that if I've caused you a problem. But anyway, so if you're drawing this drawing as an individual drawing, alright, slide it down. Now this one and this one are both the same, it's just that that one's got all the labelling on it that would go onto your bed mould, and this one has just got some lines there. So what you've got to remember is that line there, alright, if you look it says just there, half the width, alright, and that's the length of your stone. Alright, so I've written the sizes on, so it's going to be 300 millimeters long, alright, and 250 millimeters from front to back, or what we call wide. Alright, so I'll just draw that fairly quickly, and I'll do a bit of a description whilst I'm drawing it. So let's just get on. Alright, I'll get it up online as quickly as I can so you can follow it. Right, so let's where's my ruler gone? Just get that so that it's visible for you. So we said the length was going to be 300. Alright, not sure if you can see all of that there. No, you can't. I'm going to go for that. Can't zoom out. Anyway, what I'm going to do is a 300mm long line, and I'll zoom out in a minute or lift my camera away from the drawing board so you can see the whole length of the line. Right, but at the moment I'm putting a mark each end of the ruler, right, at 300, and because I got my ruler resting against my board square, I can actually draw a line along that. I think you saw me doing that earlier on when I drew the section. Alright, so that's my 300mm line. Now if I raise my camera, it probably will shake about a bit, so I apologise for that. It's going to make you dizzy. Woo! How's that? Can you see the whole thing now? Just about. Right. There you go. You can see the whole thing now. Right, so we got our line along the bottom for the length. Now we've got to go $250. Right. So, can you see that? Hold on. How's that? Right, so 250 is longer than this square. So, and I'm drawing the line longer than it needs to be, so I can just go up and rub out what I don't need later on. Right, so I've got my vertical line. Get a ruler. Do 250 up that line. Can you see that? not typical. Hold on. I still can't see it. Sorry about this. This is what comes with trying to do it in a hurry. Need to move the camera up a bit more. There, hopefully you can see it all now. There's our 250, just about see it, look. So I pull that down just a little bit more. There you go, you can see it. Phew. Right, so you slide the board square up there. Don't worry too much about how long your line is. As long as it's longer than it needs to be. Square up there. There you go. Right, so that's the outline drawn. Right. Basically, that line there, let's do it on that bit, it's a bit clearer. That line there represents that little bit there, which is 10 millimeters. All right, there, and that line there represents that one there, so that is 75 in from the front. All right, so measure 75 in. Not sure if you can see that all right, the light's not brilliant. And this is the reason we only use a 2H pencil, is because you can draw fairly faint lines and run them out again. Oops, that's my ruler on the floor. Right, that's your 45-degree set square there, look. So if I put it to that corner, draw that line up there, flip it over, draw that line up there. Alright, now what we want is this line in. Alright, and what you've got to remember is that that's half the width of your stone. So the stone's 250 wide, so that line's going to be 125 in. Alright, so I can use my set square to measure that. There's 125. So we draw that one in there, one in there. Alright. Now this is where you'll see the use of this 45-degree mitre line, because you can just go to that point there, draw that one in. Go to that point there, draw that one in. Alright. Now along this end, right, is what we call a return and break. Alright. So you can see it written on there, look, return and break. So this is the line we're going to draw in now, look. That one in there. Right, now we want our line in there that's 10 mil in, because remember it is representing that bit. Right, so if I measure 10 mil there, Move my board square up to it. That in. That in. That in there. That in there. Basically, that is our bed mould drawn. All right. I think the lines are in dark enough for me to not to worry about going over in pen. Right. So then, once you've got all your lines on like that, you would go over it in pen and then rub out all the bits you don't need. All right. So, for instance, you'd have a line in there, wouldn't you? Which is that one there. Look. You won't need that. So after you've gone out over it in pen, you can rub out all the spare pencil marks, and that's your bed mould drawn. All right. Good luck.